will you hang with us for a second? We wanted to ask a question. Hold on one second. We have Christa, we have some interns that had some questions for you. Would you?
Yeah.
Do you have like 5
Oh
minutes?
my gosh, ask away.
Okay. Good. We think we have the best interns on earth. And so we were going to have them and we're also launching this thing for college women this week called the College Edit, which is just like the Wealth Edit for college women. So our interns have really done so much to kind of like help us get to where we are. So we wanted to just see if you wouldn't mind if they asked you a couple questions.
Oh my gosh, yes, ask away.
Okay, awesome. Emily or Jessica, do y'all want to start?
Are we muted?
We're
Okay. Hey, hi, I'm Jessica. Nice to meet you. So one thing that I thought was kind of interesting that you said is you mentioned you always kind of knew that you wanted to start a business, but you wanted to spend your 20s learning, and then you thought by your 30s you would be ready, but then you kind of mentioned you weren't sure that you were ready. So kind of what made you just push for it and just go for it and decide? And also, do you kind of wish you had maybe tried younger too?
So I don't wish I had tried younger. I think it's important that you learn the things you hate. Like get a job and learn the parts you don't like, because it's a lot easier to figure out what you're passionate about by figuring out what you're not passionate about. And you're never gonna reach the highest rung of success if you're just like blasé or like mediocre interested in what you're doing. I think that it's so like originally straight out the gate, my dad is still a little bit butthurt that I don't work for the family business. I think it's partially because of my personality. I'm a go-getter. I'm relentless. I don't take no for an answer. But I knew I needed to do something that I was passionate about. And I think getting experiences working from other people is just super, super important. So work for myriad other people, get a lot of perspectives, and then use that to inform the industry that you go into. You have to love it. Entrepreneurship is really, really hard. So if you get 2 to 3 years in and you're doing something that you're not passionate about, you're probably going to find that you're not motivated to get up at 5 a.m. and you're not willing to stay up until 10 answering customer emails, because it's freaking hard. This is a lot harder than working for someone else. Yeah. Truly.
I think that's a great point. I will say I have learned that. I mean, I have thought that a number of times, just thinking like, I am so thankful I love this.
Because otherwise you would not do it. It is not worth it.
You would not do it.
You got to love it. If you don't love it, it's not like it'll work for a while, but ultimately you won't reach the highest rung of success because you're just not as passionate about it.
That's
a good word.
I have a quick question. I realized I didn't introduce myself. My name's Emily. But you grew really fast, and I am just wondering, I just am wondering, like, how did you build a team, like, as you were growing fast, and how did you, like, manage your team?
So the team aspect, employment, I feel like from all of my entrepreneur friends, the number one issue that we talk about is finding great people, keeping great people, cultivating great people, growing with great people, like all the things that people is so hard. Mm-hmm. I think that I have a lot of empathy for my employees because I had a lot of terrible bosses, and that sounds bad to say, but I learned what not to do by working for people that weren't the best and didn't really pay attention or care about the people part. Mm-hmm. But the employment part is really hard. I think when I identify someone who is really, really good at their job or is very passionate, I try to find the pieces that they love the most and give them more of those opportunities so that they're spending the maximum amount of their time possible on things that they love. And that motivates them to keep going. It keeps them interested in their job. And then, I hear this all the time, and it's so true. It's hire slow and fire fast. Like if someone is not a good fit, it's easier to just rip the Band-Aid off and end it than to let that be like a festering situation that you're anxious about. They're not performing well. Your customers are pissed, whatever the case may be. But on the front end, I spend a lot of time, like we don't do a single interview and then you're hired. COVID has kind of changed how that works, but generally people know me pretty well and they know our senior leadership pretty well before they're onboarded. And that really cuts down a lot on having to rehire, retrain, not the right fit, whatever the situation may be. And also referrals are a big one. I find that most people are not willing to refer someone that they don't trust with their life because they don't want a bad rap, or like for me to be frustrated because they referred someone and the person didn't work out, or whatever. So if your employees can refer someone, or especially if your friends refer someone, it's generally a good fit. And then as a rule, I don't hire friends, because when things don't work out or when somebody's frustrated about something, they have more confidence or comfort with you to do things that an employee wouldn't do. It's already stressful enough working with my domestic life partner. So we don't hire friends. We've done that. It hasn't worked out in the past, and we've just learned that lesson. And I get resumes from friends all the time, and it's sort of slowing down because I just have a consistent answer. We do not hire friends. And yeah, that's my playbook on employees.
That's so good, Krista. Thank you so much. That's awesome.